One of the most remarkable and quietly revolutionary aspects of Asian cuisine is its masterful use of plant-based protein sources. Tofu, tempeh, edamame, and a variety of legumes have long been central to meals across East and Southeast Asia, forming a cornerstone of nutrition that is not only versatile and flavorful, but also remarkably sustainable and health-conscious. In contrast, European diets have traditionally leaned more heavily on red meat, beef, pork, and lamb, celebrated for their protein punch, yes, but also for their tendency to carry saturated fat and cholesterol that can challenge the cardiovascular system over time. It's almost as if Asia looked at Europe's protein-heavy approach and said, "Cute, but let's get creative, delicious, and kinder to your arteries all at once." Take tofu, for instance, the chameleon of plant-based proteins. Soft, silken, firm, smoked, fried, baked, this humble soybean block can be adapted into almost anything, from a silky dessert to a savory stir-fry. Unlike a steak or a roasted pork chop, tofu is low in saturated fat while still packing a solid protein punch. Your muscles get fed, your heart gets a gentle pat on the back, and your digestive system enjoys something easy to handle. Europe might boast the rich flavors of a juicy ribeye, but Asian diets quietly deliver protein with minimal cardiovascular baggage. It's like choosing between a boisterous, adrenaline-fueled workout that leaves you exhilarated but exhausted versus a balanced yoga session that strengthens your body while leaving you calm and energized. Both get results, but one is gentler, sustainable, and repeatable daily without side effects. Tempeh is another superstar in this arena. This fermented soybean cake is dense, flavorful, and packed with probiotics, making it a double agent of nutrition. It feeds your muscles, while also supporting gut health. Europeans rely on fermented dairy like cheese and yogurt for probiotics, which is wonderful, but doesn't cover protein as efficiently. Tempeh, meanwhile, offers plant-based protein, fiber, and micronutrients while remaining versatile. Marinate it, fry it, crumble it into a salad, or use it in a stew. It's like a Swiss Army knife of nutrition, quietly improving every aspect of a meal while Europeans might be juggling steak, cheese, and a side of legumes separately, hoping to get a similar effect. Legumes, too, play a starring role in Asian diets, especially lentils, mung beans, and chickpeas, featured in curries, soups, and snacks. They are rich in protein, fiber, and antioxidants, helping to regulate blood sugar, maintain healthy digestion, and keep you full without the heavy fats often associated with red meat. European cuisines, in contrast, often treat legumes as a side dish rather than a protein centerpiece, relying on meat for the main protein hit. In Asia, legumes are respected for their nutritional versatility and cultural significance, forming a daily backbone that's gentle on the body, environmentally friendly, and deliciously adaptable. Speaking of the environment, plant-based proteins in Asian cuisine are far more sustainable than the heavy reliance on red meat seen in Europe. Growing soy, beans, or lentils requires fewer resources, less land, less water, and a smaller carbon footprint compared to cattle farming. So every meal that features tofu, tempeh, or legumes not only nourishes your body, but also reduces ecological impact, making your dinner an act of subtle planetary heroism. Europeans are slowly catching on with meat alternatives, but Asia has been quietly practicing this combination of nutrition, sustainability, and flavor for centuries. And let's not forget variety and creativity. European diets often cycle through similar protein patterns: beef, pork, chicken, maybe fish. Asian cuisine takes plant-based proteins and turns them into an endless parade of textures, flavors, and preparations. Tofu absorbs marinades like a sponge, tempeh gains complexity from fermentation, and lentils transform into soups, curries, or snacks. Meals are interesting, satisfying, and nutrient-dense without relying on heavy saturated fats. Your palate is delighted, your body is supported, and your arteries are quietly cheering from the sidelines. European meals may be hearty and indulgent, but plant-based Asian proteins deliver a smarter, lighter punch that's gentle yet effective over a lifetime. Imagine a dinner table scenario. A European steak sits proudly in the center, bold, meaty, and undeniably satisfying. A side of red beans and lentils sits politely to the side, offering modest nutrients, but rarely stealing the show. Then tofu and tempeh arrive in multiple small dishes, each infused with flavor, probiotics, and minerals, and your plate suddenly becomes a symphony of balance. The steak may dominate visually, but the plant-based proteins are quietly winning the long-term health game. Your heart, your digestion, and even your environment are thanking you with every bite, while the red meat silently sighs, "Well, I taste good at least." Plant-based proteins also work beautifully with other Asian dietary principles: balanced portion sizes, rice-based meals, minimal dairy, and abundant vegetables. Together, they form a health-conscious, culturally rich, and deliciously satisfying approach to eating that Europe's meat-heavy traditions can struggle to match without careful moderation. It's not that red meat is bad. It has its place. But Asian cuisines have figured out how to deliver protein, flavor, and satisfaction with less fat, less cholesterol, and far greater sustainability. In short, tofu, tempeh, and legumes are not only the backbone of Asian nutrition but also culinary heroes that cleverly combine health, versatility, and environmental friendliness. Compared to Europe's traditional reliance on red meat, plant-based proteins provide a lower fat, lower risk, and highly adaptable source of protein that supports digestion, heart health, and sustainable eating. They're quiet, reliable, and endlessly creative, the kind of culinary friends you want at every meal. While Europe may celebrate the boldness of red meat, Asian cuisine celebrates the clever, subtle, and enduring power of plants, flavorful, nutritious, and sustainably triumphant.